Welcome back to another Anime Kingdom review. See by title below, yes, this is on episode 1 of Konosuba season 2. You know, if you've been looking at my channel or been subscribed to my channel, you probably might be wondering, you know, did he make a season 1 review? Well, honestly, no, I didn't. I actually didn't watch this like when it first came out. I watched it a little bit after, seeing a lot of people, you know, saying they really enjoy it and stuff, and then I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. I had some time, I'll watch it, give it a try, and oh my gosh, I was full on, like, I cannot believe I did not watch this. It was like honestly, this was probably one of my, Konosuba season 1 was probably one of my favorite animes of last season, for sure, one of the top ones. Like, literally, the comedy was hilarious. I loved the characters. I just loved the whole, what the whole like, kind of what the plot is, kind of thing. You know, it's, you know, him pretty much coming to this, you know, new world, and you know, it's kind of got like a Re:Zero kind of thing to it if you really think about it, but it's a hilarious comedic kind of version of it. Like, that's really one way to call it. Like, literally, it's like he's been thrown into a new world, obviously, just like Re:Zero. Obviously, I'm saying Re:Zero because that, you know, was also another of my top favorite animes of last year as well, so they both came out during the same year. And really, it's like they both came into this new world, except obviously, you know, Kazuma can't return by death kind of stuff, but it's just like a huge comedic kind of view instead of the serious tone that Re:Zero had, you know. And I definitely really enjoy just the comedic, like, literally the comedy in every episode literally just brought a smile to your face, like, every time. And like, every time I was able to watch a new episode, I was so excited. And now that, you know, I saw that season 2 was coming out this season, I literally was like, oh my gosh, is this really coming out now? I have been so excited to see this first episode now that it's finally come out, of course. And guess what? I was not disappointed. It was pretty damn hilarious of an episode, just straight off the bat with the hilariousness. Pretty much, obviously, you know, it comes off right from where season 1 left off, with them pretty much destroying that big destroyer thing. And obviously he sent, like, you know, sent the thing to somewhere else, and it exploded in some guy's mansion, and that's where we, you know, we're here now with him being accused of doing that, and pretty much thinking that he's probably working with the Demon King, you know, as well. So yeah, it was pretty funny, obviously, at the straight off the back with the beginning, with pretty much at first everyone's like, yeah, we'll protect you, we'll help you, you know, he's not guilty and everything, you can't take him in. And then once the girl said pretty much, hey, whoever, you know, it's fine if you want to, you know, back him up and everything, I won't be, you know, it won't be a problem, it's just, you know, whoever does, you're going to jail with him as well. And everyone just like, oh yeah, like he like turns to them like, don't worry, my friends at the guild will help. And they just like turn away, don't worry, darkness, Megumin. And they're just all looking away. Aqua coming up with some other, like, some other story, and it was just completely hilarious. Like, that's one of the things, the facial expressions as well, with Kazuma literally just like cannot believe what is happening. And then of course you have this whole jail scene part. Pretty much that part, it was still funny, but it was more of just like, what the hell, he just doesn't give a crap anymore. There's no way he's gonna be able to get out of this prison, and for some reason Aqua and them are trying every single thing, and yeah, obviously it's not working. The first one with a like a little pit kind of thing, obviously it's a combination lock, that's not going to work. Second one was a hacksaw. Guess what, how is he going to get up to, you know, saw the thing? Obviously, oh, I have a box, how am I going to get it in so you can step on it? She tries to go in the prison, like, are you kidding me? Oh, and that scene also kind of cemented, like, you know, everyone's always been talking about, is Aqua wearing any panties or not? Like, that's always been kind of a thing that's in there. And it always showed like there's a possibility that she's not, but it doesn't show too much. This one, that scene, it literally showed a lot. Like, there is no way there's any panties down there at all. No pantsuit at all. So yeah, that's a little something I just had to throw in there, because like, what the hell, you know, you finally really can see that there is nothing, unless it's like some type of magic or something like that, you know. But then of course you have probably the most hilarious part in the episode, with him pretty much having to answer a bunch of questions and full on just being like, just he like tries to lie at first, and also that thing is not allowing it, and he's just seeing like everything that he, like, the way he really wanted, like, oh, he wanted to be a hero to protect people and stuff. No, that is not the reason. It's because he thought he was cool. It's because he wanted to do that, get girls and everything, and he just had to lay out all of that, and it was just so sad to watch him have to go through that, and the guy just writing in the background, he just like tearing up and stuff. I was just like, oh my gosh, poor Kazuma. And then of course, you know, right when he gets the chance, you know, she's acting all nice to him, and he full on just goes off on her. But once he brings up the, oh, that's why you don't have a boyfriend thing, oh, you don't do that, you don't do that at all, and she just went striking right back at him. And then of course that also brought up the thing with him having an allegiance with any of the, you know, generals of the Demon King and stuff. And guess what? Wiz was obviously one before, so yeah, time for trial time, which is just, it brought me like full on Ace Attorney kind of feels. And hearing Megumin say objection was just completely, it was super cute, honestly. But it was so funny how they're like, yeah, we'll protect you, we'll get you out of this kind of thing. And nope. No, they didn't. They pretty much just folded once they figured out, you know, obviously the first thing with the flooding of the city, the second thing with explosion and everything, obviously that's Aqua and Megumin's fault, and he's pretty much, yeah, it's over, it's gonzo, there's nothing he can do about it. Then he, of course, you know, he does figure a way to get out of that, but of course the dang fat lord guy pretty much like, oh, you're gonna, you know, embarrass me and everything. And of course, yeah, like he said, it's those medieval times, gosh darn it. I thought he was gonna be like, there's one way to, you know, to get through this, and that's challenging him to a duel or something. That's like, seems like a medieval kind of thing. But of course that ends up not happening. What ends up happening is darkness comes up, shows her family crest, and doesn't of course stop the trial. It does stop the trial for now, but it's not ending it completely. To which of course she ends up saying she'll do anything for the guy. To which of course he looks at the Opie, and I mean, when Kazuma does get worried for, of course, you know, normal darkness in her throughout the episode, of course, as well, get to seeing that as well, you know, her masochist ways was pretty funny to see that again. That was definitely enjoyable. Just to see all the characters again was probably my favorite part of the episode, just seeing it back. Of course, the comedy was definitely hilarious throughout everything, the whole interrogation scene, and then, of course, the, you know, the trial as well. And then of course it just ends with like, it looks like it's gonna be good, you know. At the beginning of the episode it's like a super epic kind of thing, like we did this is where my story begins kind of thing. And then of course chapter 2 of his story begins, and then at the end he's like, everything's going good, sure, this stuff can happen, but this is where his chapter 2 really begins. And of course, boom, these guys come in and just take away everything. It's pretty much everything he worked for in season 1 is just completely gone. And that was just, I was just like, oh man, that sucks. That literally sucks. And him at the end just like, this is how my chapter 2 begins. I was just like, oh, poor Kazuma. Oh man, I was just cracking up. Literally an awesome first episode. Cannot wait to see the rest of the season. Literally, I gotta say, definitely, I was definitely not disappointed by the first episode of this season. It definitely gives me high hopes for, of course, the rest of the season to continue on with how well season 1 did. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, if you like, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And that's all I gotta say till next week, guys. I cannot wait for next week's episode. Literally, I just wish the rest of the season would come out so I can watch it like literally before it ends. Since of course, you know, I didn't watch it when it first came out, season 1. I was able to watch it just like straight off the back in a row, just binge watch it. Like literally after being able to binge watch it and now having to wait, it's like, oh man, I gotta wait a whole week for the next episode. Oh man, it's gonna be hard, but we just gotta wait. Cannot wait for the next one. But yeah, till next time, guys. See ya.